You stand at the edge of a dark cave. A carved figure stares back. Who put it there? Why worship a stone? The first gods were not thunderbolts or kings. They were faces, fragments, accidents. What made humans make gods at all? The first scratch. You are not modern. Your world is raw, loud, hungry. A sudden thunderclap. A newborn's cry. You notice a pattern. Day breaks, rivers rise, wolves circle. Mystery number 1. Why did you start treating a shape as more than a shape? Evidence. The oldest carved figures are tiny. Venus figurines, willowy round, made across Europe 30,000 years ago. They are small enough to hold. They are worn where hands touched them. Archaeologists like Marija Gimbutas called them fertility. But that is theory. Klaus Schmidt later found something else. Massive pillars, carved with animals at Göbekli Tepe. Evidence stones, set upright, intentionally arranged. The obvious clue. People made things and brought them together. Why scientists propose basic cognitive triggers. Pareidolia, you see faces in rocks, and had the hyperactive agent detector. Theory, your brain is biased to spot agents. Better to imagine a rustle as a predator than to ignore it. Belief, many modern practitioners read sacredness into those objects. You feel the first seed, not a theology, but a habit of attention. The dead that stayed. You bury someone you loved. You place a bead, a shell, a carved tooth in their hands. Mystery number 2. Why leave things behind? Who were these gifts for? Evidence, sun gear, graves, Russia. 28,000 BP filled with beads and spears. Sungear children buried in elaborate finery. Dolny Vestanis in the Czech lands has triple burials and an earliest kill. Theory, ancestor veneration, treating the dead as continuing participants in life. Theory 2. Ritual is social glue. Durkheimian echoes shared rites bind groups. Religious voices. Many traditions believe the dead become intermediaries or gods. What archaeologists can show? Consistent patterns of grave goods across centuries. They cannot show the mind behind the ritual. That's where theory enters. You begin to see idols as negotiation tools. Objects that keep the living and dead in relation. New clue. Skulls with holes. Plastered faces, people preserved heads. Idols are not only images. They are bodies of memory. When stones move, you travel to the Fertile Crescent. Huge stones rise from the ground like edited mountains. Mystery number 3. Why invest in heavy labor to make a place sacred? Archaeologists read them as stages for performance. New discovery. Carving of foxes, boars, birds, repeated animal motifs across pillars. Surprising tie. Similar animal symbolism. Appears later in Mesopotamian narratives and Egyptian iconography. You sense a pattern. Motifs travel, mutate, and echo across time. Idols become anchors, a place for stories to stick. Faces in caves and flames. You crouch in a dim chamber. Painted hands. Herds of horses. A shadow that looks like a shaman. Mystery number 4. What did cave paintings and trance imagery have to do with gods? Generated common visual templates. Snakes. Spirals. Animal-human hybrids. Belief voices. Many indigenous traditions speak of vision journeys and animal helpers. Archaeology supplies the canvas. Cognitive theory supplies the palette. Another clue. Repeated handprints across distant caves suggest identity. Marking a proto-signature. The image becomes ritual. Ritual produces identity. Identity anchors reverence. The idol goes mobile. You carry a figurine from camp to camp. It holds power because you say it does. Mystery number 5. How did idol worship spread across continents? The repeated image of Great Mother or Sky Father in distant myths. Is it coincidence or deep cognitive echo? You realize idols are also memes, replicators of meaning. Idol ashes and iconoclasts. You watch an idol toppled and smashed. Mystery number 6. Why do some societies destroy idols, while others worship them forever? Archaeologists find deliberate destruction layers: statues beheaded, temples burned. Theory. Iconoclasm is political as much as theological. Destroy the image. You break the social order the image supported. Religious perspective. Abrahamic traditions often ban images to avoid false gods. Hindu and Buddhist traditions maintain murti, veneration as a means to divine encounter. Another clue. Some cultures hide their idols during danger. Others bury them for safekeeping. Mystery number 7. What do ancient idols have to do with your life now? Evidence. Humans still create objects of devotion, icons, flags, brands, smartphones, glowing on altars of attention. Theory. Modern idols are continuous with ancient ones. They orient attention, cement belief, and coordinate social behavior. The first gods were not omnipotent beings. They were tools for attention, anchors for community, and canvases for memory. Evidence tells you what was made and where. Theory offers why the mind might invent gods. Belief offers how people lived with them. You are the continuation of that long experiment. So ask yourself, which idols do you build today? Who do they bind you to? What stories do they anchor? A carved face in a cave started a habit that shaped civilization. Now, with every click and every emblem, you keep making gods. Which ones will you choose to worship?